Folks, what's up? In this video, I'm gonna make a poor man's fishing rod holder that goes on my four-wheeler, but comes off very easily when not needed. Okay, I live on a little pond, and it's held to carry everything down there that I want to carry down the hill to fish, to go fishing. Like about 4 or 5 rods, a tackle box, a drink, a big drink, a phone, you know, just lots of shit. So I'm gonna make it where my four-wheeler, I can load my four-wheeler up and just drive down the hill with everything loaded on it and park right by the dock. And I decided I'd better show y'all this because it's pretty cool. It's turning out pretty damn neat so far. So the first thing I've done, this is a 2006, I think, 2006 Honda Rancher 350 4x4. First thing I did was cut these damn bumpers. Okay, I cut both of them off right there and threw them on the ground. I don't need them. I cut them off right about even with that bar right there, that bottom bumper bar. All right, let me just set this down. Make sure it's recording. Know what y'all can see and what y'all can't see. The damn sun's all screwing me up, ain't it? Anyway, then I got me a piece of wood, and I measured out a piece of wood for 5 inches between, because each rod and reel from one edge of one rod, or from the edge of one reel, I would say from the edge of one reel to the handle is about 5 inches. On most of my rod and reels that are smaller, my light action stuff. So I measured out 5 inches, 5 inches, 5 inches, and I got enough to put probably 4 rods on here, maybe 5, but I'm gonna go for 4. And then I said, okay, that's gonna be perfect right up there. I took me some hooks. See these big hooks. These are big cup hooks. And I made a mark on the board so it goes in here. Okay? By putting that hook right there, that's gonna stop it from falling off that way, and this piece is gonna stop it from sliding that way. So it's gonna be locked in. Okay, so I got it perfectly on there, so watch this. It locks in. It locks in nicely. It don't go nowhere. I mean, it moves around a little bit, but I'm just going down the bottom of the damn yard. So they stick through just a little bit. My next step is I'm gonna grind this tips of these, I'm gonna grind the tips of these cup hooks off. And these are plastic coated cup hooks. You can find these big cup hooks anywhere. So that's my next step, folks. I'm gonna cut these off, and there's no need to put anything down here to hold it in place, because gravity will hold it in place. You get what I'm saying? Gravity will do its job. I ain't going down the trail. If I do decide to go down the trails or whatever and take this with me to go, like, you know, on a long venture somewhere, then I would secure the bottom, you know, with probably a screw right through the face of it into this, let's call that a beam, into that part of the bumper. Wasn't he cleaning? Anyway, let's get these ground off, and then the next thing we'll do after that is get some PVC pipe and start making our rod holders. All right, let's unscrew these. Cut the tips off. Grind the tips off. This is just a 1x6 that I found on the side of the road. I'm using. Just gonna grind the tip of that screw off. Safety glasses. How'd I look? My safety glasses. Can't see anything without my reading glasses on. That'll do it. This morning I also stop that so it'll be quiet. This morning I also took some time and filed the barbs off of a lot of small hooks. I'll show you all that project that I did before this. I didn't record any of it. I'll just kind of explain it to you as I show you the project itself. It's finished, but I'll just have to explain to you as I show you what I did. It's pretty cool. I like taking old stuff and making it usable again. Okay, so those don't stick out anymore, so I'm safe from scratching myself. I won't be scratching myself on that. Now what I'm gonna do is take some PVC pipe that I already got, lay it around. Found this on the side of the road. Okay, this is not for pressure. It is schedule 40, 2-inch, schedule 40. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount these like that, and my rods will sit in there. Y'all get the idea of what I'm doing. You've seen this. I'm sure you've seen this. If you're a fisherman, you've seen thousands of videos, not least, maybe not thousands, but you've seen plenty of videos of people using PVC to make rod holders. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna determine how much I need, how much I need, how long I want it to be, and then I'll start cutting my sections out. All right, folks, I've determined 8 inches. So I've marked out 8 inches, and I'm just gonna use a Sawzall with a fine metal blade. I'm gonna be careful now because I'm holding this by hand. There we go. I'm gonna cut out 4 8-inch sections like that. And I'm gonna try to get them more square than that because that ain't too square. And I'll be back. I don't know if y'all actually recorded, if I actually recorded the last part, but I determined the 8-inch pieces, and I cut 4 8-inch pieces of PVC. Now I'm going to figure out my placement. I'd like to have one right in the middle, but I don't really care. If I do that, then it kind of screws things up. So I'm going to go with 4 pieces. I'm going to go right there. I'm going to go right there like that. One there, one there, one there, and one there. I'm gonna evenly space them out. I'll probably put this closer to the edge. I don't know. That's gonna put my rod real closer to trees if I start going down a trail. So I'm gonna bring it in like that. Now the next thing I'll do is I'll drill holes in this one side of the PVC to allow me to get a screwdriver inside of there with a screw to go to attach this to that. Don't drill through both sides, only drill a hole through one side of your PVC. I'll show you that here in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna use this hole saw. This is a 3/4 hole saw. And to get a straight line across this damn thing, I want my you want your holes to be straight across from each other, okay? So yeah, that's what you want to do. You want your holes to be straight across from each other. So I mean, you can hold it up to just a piece of wood right there. I'll show you on this side how I'm doing it. I'm just gonna put that down there. Just draw a line straight across. Okay. Just draw a line straight across that. Now you can put your holes right there on that line. Just like that. You do want your holes lined up, that's for sure. Now those aren't gonna be lined up. It ain't gotta be perfect, but you know, this ain't a perfect project. This is just something that I'm throwing together real quick because I can't carry every damn thing down there at once. So that didn't work. There we go. Now I'm gonna take my hole saw. Got my 3/4 inch hole saw. And I'm only gonna go through the top of the Alright. That gives me enough room to get a screwdriver in there to work on my, you see what I'm saying? That's what I got going on. Now I'm gonna do it again on the bottom on all of these so I can mount these on here. I'll be back. Okay, folks, I'm gonna use these little sheetrock screws. That's really all I got right now that I can use on it. And I think they're the shortest ones. They won't go all the way through. So what you wanna do, go ahead and put your screw on there. Put your screw in there. Make it go straight across from the hole. Get her started. Actually, I went right on through it. Like that. Okay. Now determine where that's gonna go. I want this to be flush with the bottom of my wood, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna put it right in the middle of those two sections right there. Now you might want to fan them out like that, but I don't because of going through the trails. May want to even bring them in so that all the tips might, if you're doing it like this, the tips will all come together and all your tips will be in the same spot, like, you know, they'll do like that. I don't care for that. I like to keep them apart so my lures and my lines and my hooks don't get tangled up. All right, let's get the screw in here. Now I'm not gonna bury this. I'm just gonna, that's it, just snug it. I don't want to strip it out. These are some very fine threads on here. So when using a screw with very fine threads, you just gotta be very careful. Now I'm gonna do the next one. To get it just right, I'm going to have to hold it up straight. There we go. Okay. We'll show you what we got there. Ta-da! Now what I'll do is I'll come back with a file, and I'll file all this down real nice and smooth, and make it to where it doesn't cut into or damage my rod handles. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of those on there, folks, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, folks, this is how it looks. That's what I got. Now I got my file here, and it's kind of rounded on one side and flat on the other. I'm gonna go on the inside of here with the rounded edge of the file and just smooth that down. All the way around. It would be nice if I could have a file that had an end on it that would go into the Sawzall. They should make one of those. I should make one of those. Then I could put my file in my Sawzall and just use my Sawzall to do this. I could have a reciprocating file. That's my $1 million idea. Y'all go ahead and put it all out there and send me some residuals, please. If you make $1 million off of it, I need a little bit. I need a new house. That's all I ask for is a new house and a new car. A house underground or hurricane proof, tornado proof, because right now we live in a trailer home that is the walls are made out of, and the trusses and the walls are made out of 2x2s. It's a 1973 mobile home and it's falling apart. So we really are in bad need of a new home, but we can't afford it. I'm a full-time caretaker that only gets YouTube money, which is very small right now. And my mom's definitely on a fixed income. So I'm gonna file on this for about 2 days. No, I don't know how long. It's gonna take a while to file all that down so it's nice and smooth. And we'll be back. Okay, folks, I'm done. I got all these smoothed off, and I may end up putting a notch in it, so you know the rod sits in the little notch so they don't spin around. All that's later. I can even round this off, smooth this off, whatever, spray paint the whole thing, make it look pretty. But right now it's functional. Let's go ahead and stick it on the four-wheeler and see. Let's aim around this way. Take a look at it, pop it on there. And the way I've designed this is sort of come on and off very easily. I don't leave my rods and reels down at my dock because of the weather. But that just goes right in there and pops right on. And I can put 4 rods in there. And hell, if I want to hold it on real good, I can just put my winch up across it. That'll hold it in place. I won't have to screw it down. Yeah, when I want to go down the other trails, I can just put the winch up there and that'll hold it on. Anyway, all right, folks, I'm going to put some rods and reels in here, and actually I'm going to drive around to the other side of the house, and on the other port, I'll show you. Let me just show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive around the other side of the house to my back steps off my porch. I'm gonna drive over here, hang on. I'm gonna drive over here. See, there's my back steps. I'm gonna drive over here and pull up right there so I can load my four-wheeler up and take it down there to the dock. Yeah, I'll do that. The next part I gotta do is determine what rods and reels I'm gonna bring, what setup I'm gonna bring down there with me. I got 10 to choose from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I got 10 rods and reels. 2 of them are for the beach or for saltwater. I'm not gonna bring those. I'm bringing light action, so I'll probably bring 2 for bass and 2 for crappie or bluegill. I don't have no crappie, whatever you want to call them. I got bluegill. I ain't never caught a crappie out of there. Gotta put some in there. That'd be good. Those things get big and they taste good too. So let me get some small rigs. I want one with there's a nice popper. It's got a little cricket. I'll show you when I get it set up. All righty, here, it ain't perfect, but you know, it's free. There we go. That's what it looks like. Got me 2 bass poles and 2 crappie or panfish poles. Now, throw a tackle box right up here. Maybe even put a cooler on the back. Hell. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for watching, folks.